Osiris, a warlock maddened in his pursuit of what constitutes the darkness, enticed by the power of the Vex. Shaxx, a mighty titan, keeper of the crucible, bastion of the tower, hero of Twilight Gap. As you know, the Trials of Osiris is a weekly ritual for many guardians. Guardians seek acceptance from the cult of Osiris, and we look to forge ourselves in the fires of combat and elimination. And finally, we seek the treasures and knowledge of Osiris. But there's one thing that has stuck out throughout the Trials of Osiris. How come Lord Shaxx is overseeing the match? One would think, shouldn't these matches be overseen by Brother Vance, or maybe a handler or a trainer from the Disciples of Osiris? An easy opt-out is to say that it is easier to do since there is already the production work done for General Crucible for Lord Shaxx already. However, this is destiny. There is lots of room for speculation, and we, as Guardians, overthink things all the time, so that's what we're going to do here. A quick primer on the Warlock Osiris. If you need more details, there will be grimoire linked in the description. There are other Guardians who have done excellent work in detailing the events of Osiris. This is just a quick TLDR. Osiris was banned and exiled from the Vanguard in the tower. He was kicked from the tower due to his research into the darkness and Vex. Commander Zavala was not having any of that, and he was exiled. Most notably, he was searched for on Mercury by Saint 14, who has yet to be seen. There has been nobody of Saint 14, just that very awesome helmet. While on Mercury, Osiris attracted many guardians to his order, forming the cult of Osiris. Osiris knows that there is something coming, I believe, something that requires the most elite and prepared guardians. Osiris and his order are searching for the best of the best, hence why only certain guardians can make it to the lighthouse. They seek perfection, they seek domination. Osiris has found something. We know not what it constitutes or what it is. However, if it is that dire or that tempting to acquire, it must be terrifying. Shaxx is the Crucible handler and its founder. If you do not know that, you must be the most blue of blueberries in Destiny. Either way, welcome to the game, Guardian. The Crucible came about after the Battle of Twilight Gap against the forces of Fallen to better train Guardians against the darkness. Since the Crucible has existed to forge Guardians through fire of live fire combat, to better improve themselves to push back the darkness and anything that may be encountered. What many do not know or have skipped over is Shaxx's fascination with sword logic and swords in general, or of the Hive's methods for increasing strength through death. He also has a thing with swords a lot. He's really crazy about swords, like a very strong thing. Like Shaxx is cray about the swords, like Osiris is about the darkness. It makes sense that since Osiris is exiled, that any Crucible event which is allowed by the Vanguard, the Trials of Osiris would not be formally acknowledged by the tower. How come Brother Vance isn't in the tower? How come there aren't any Cult of Osiris NPCs at the tower? There was also the Queen's Emissary, which we learned was Pedrovenge. When after she was demoted, she was sent to the tower as a liaison during the House of Wolves. How come that's not the case for Trials? Fortunately, there is one grimoire card, Disciples of Osiris, that helps shed a little light on the relations between the Cult of Osiris and the Tower. Encrypted. Champollion Algorithm V4. Key VANC. My brother, despite all of Shaxx's work with the Crucible, we must accept that the Tower may never be ready to accept the Trials. But, as many Guardians flock to the reef, we are suddenly presented with not one opportunity, but two. Go to the reef. Tell Guardians your story. Give passage to any Guardian that requests it. If the Tower learns of this, do not fear. If they know of the Trials, the Tower will not suspect your other motive for dwelling so close to the margins between light and dark. Your sister, Feora. It seems that the tower refuses to accept the trials, even at the bequest of Lord Shaxx. Of course, the tower would be aware of what was happening, but not willing to formally acknowledge it yet. After all, what's the point of giving heed to the one you exiled years ago? Will commanders of Allah allow Shaxx to have these unsanctioned interactions with the cult of Osiris? I can say I don't think that would be something that would be promoted or even permitted by the sterns of Allah. However, there is a warlock artifact, the Whispering Sphere, only attained through the trials of Osiris. Let's read the grimoire. You can't be sure, but you think you've seen Lord Shaxx speaking into a sphere just like this one. The question is, what exactly is Lord Shaxx doing with this artifact? Is this how Shaxx observes the Trials of Osiris matches? Or is this the method in which Shaxx speaks to Osiris or members of the cult of Osiris? Given the relationship between the tower and the cult of Osiris, what exactly do you think is happening, Guardians? Can the cult be trusted? Is Shaxx aligning himself between the light and the darkness in search for more power through the help of Osiris? Or is this an attempt for an alliance forthcoming that the cult of Osiris would like to establish, similar to a mutually beneficial arrangement that the Reef had with the tower? I believe there is enough detail and potential here to create a new storyline in Destiny 2 involving the mending of alliances amongst the cult of Osiris and the Vanguard. A common enemy often unites those who walk different paths. Thank you for watching, Guardians. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. This is my first time trying to do theory crafting with lore. Let me know what you guys think down below. Appreciate you coming through and hope you guys have a wonderful day and stay awesome. Peace.